Hi yogis, and welcome back to Move with Katey. I am so excited for our flow today. We are going to get into some shoulder strength and flexibility, and we're really going to be working on that openness and balance that you might need to work with arm balances. So let's get started. First thing, let's drop into our bodies just by taking a seat, closing down the eyes. Inhaling, filling up the belly, tucking the tailbone, slightly tucking the chin so that you can elongate the spine, and really taking a moment to feel centered in the space that we are in. Allowing the thoughts in your mind to quiet, allowing any of those to-do lists or things that pull us away from the present moment to just wander in and out of the mind. Not trying to shut down the thoughts, but not focusing on them, not grasping them, but just letting them be what they are. And then with your next inhale, maybe bringing the palms to touch, thumbs touch sternum at heart center. And maybe taking a moment to set an intention for your practice, for your day, for your week, whatever it is that you might be needing. I'm going to offer patience at this time, because working with any strength building exercise, we might find that it's something we haven't done before, and so our bodies may not respond the way that we think they could. So have patience with yourself. Trust the process. And then let's gently rub the hands together, starting to build some heat. Feeling the friction between the palms, and then placing the hands over the closed eyes and slowly fluttering the eyes open. Inhaling. And then as you exhale, dropping the fingertips to the knees, and as you exhale, rounding through the spine. Taking a couple of seated cat-cows. Inhale, roll the heart through the shoulders, elbows pull back. Exhale, rounding through the spine, maybe pushing the knees away, just gently. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round through the spine. This time as you inhale, dropping the belly forward, pull the heels of the hands all the way back down the thighs towards the hips. And then as you exhale, rub the hands down the thighs towards the edges of the knees. Inhale, feeling that sensation, just stimulating the leg muscles a little bit with the hands here. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, drop the belly. And then last time, let's exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, come to neutral and reach the arms up high overhead. Exhale, let's open up the elbows, cactusing and lifting the heart. Spread the fingers wide, maybe bring a smile to the face. Inhale, reach the arms up, straight back. Exhale, cactus the arms out, opening as if you could squeeze the elbows together, fingertips wide. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, one more time, opening up through the heart space. Exhale, arms come high. And then reaching forward, bending from the waist. Let's bring the forearms to the earth, or maybe walk the hands in front of you and just take one forward fold here with the legs crossed. Inhale deeply. Exhale, maybe part the lips and sigh out the mouth. Let it go. And then let's rock forward over the ankles, coming into a tabletop position. And here we're going to spend some time warming up the wrists. So going ahead and pointing the fingertips out towards the edges of the mat and just shifting our weight side to side, actively engaging the core, pulling belly button towards spine, just shifting the weight through the knuckles, the wrists, just feeling those different extensions and flexions in the palms. Then let's find neutral and point the fingertips back towards the knees, coming onto the backs of the hands. This will be a nice intense stretch. If this is enough, just stay here and hang out for a moment. If you'd like to, take a little bit more action into this stretch. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, make a fist with the fingertips. Inhale, open the palms. Exhale, make a fist. Inhale, open. Exhale, fist. Inhale, open. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, fist. Inhale, open. Exhale, fist. And then let's flip the hands around so the fingertips point forward and we've come on to the palms one more time. And inhale, drop the belly, taking a cow belly pose. See if you can wrap the biceps towards one another. So we're really paying attention to what's happening in our arm bones here. See if you can wrap the biceps towards one another and press the earth away so that the armpit of the elbow is shining forward. And notice what that does to the shoulder girdle. And then exhale, round, tucking the tailbone, pressing the earth away. You'll notice that the shoulder girdle starts to open, so the biceps, those triceps, begin to point in a different direction. Inhale, drop the belly and wrap the triceps towards one another. Exhale, puff up the back of the heart. And then let's inhale, find a neutral spine. And we're going to make sure the wrists are really aligned underneath the shoulders, and we're going to take some protraction and retraction with our shoulders. So depressing the shoulders and then pressing them away, pressing the earth away. So that all that we're moving here, as you exhale, protracting the shoulders, and then retracting as we press the earth away. All that we're moving here is the shoulder girdle. So feeling the scapula as they pull towards the spine and away from the spine. Actively engage the core, keep the spine nice and neutral, and then just press the earth away, protracting and retracting the shoulders. Let's do 10 more. 9, 8, moving at a speed that feels good for you. 5, don't forget to breathe, you got it. 3, 2, 1. Then let's send the hips back and reach the palms forward, melting the heart into a narrow child's pose. Maybe wiggle the hips back and forth. Maybe find a moment of stillness. Maybe let the forehead rest on the earth. Maybe massaging it back and forth. And then let's inhale, come back into that tabletop pose. From here, we're going to tuck the toes under, and here's some options. Either we're going to do those same protractions and retractions with the knees down like we've done before in tabletop, or tuck into the toes, send the heels back, lifting into a high plank, and we'll take those shoulder protractions and retractions here in high plank. So tuck the tailbone, press the ground away, inhale here, and then as you exhale, protract the shoulders. Again, your scapular feeling is if you're pulling the shoulder blades away from the spine and then squeezing them towards the spine. Arms remain straight, and we're just pressing the earth away and then letting the shoulders retract, but not letting go of the integrity of the spine. Take a few more, your own speed, really building strength here. If you are into handstanding, this is a really good exercise for building strength there. Inhale, exhale. Then with your next exhale, let's send the hips high, downward facing dog. Send the hips back, maybe walk out the dog. Feeling the strength and the heat that we've already created in those arm muscles. Inhale, let's look forward, and then as you exhale, begin to walk the hands back to the back of the mat, meeting in a forward fold at the back of your mat. And let's interlace the fingers and roll out the wrists. Take some figure eights with the wrists. Let the head hang heavy. And then maybe switch the direction of that rotation of the wrists. And then let's inhale, lifting all the way up. And if you have a strap, I'm going to invite you to grab it at this time. If you don't have a strap, grab a towel or a t-shirt. Anything will work. And we're just going to do a little shoulder flossing. So maybe you're at the back of your mat still. That's awesome. I'm just going to face you for a second. Take the strap and open it up so that you are a comfortable, maybe arms distance apart. And then inhale, reach the strap up overhead. And as you exhale, rotate all the way behind, moving the fingers farther away if it feels like you need more space, and letting the strap come down to rest towards the hips. Inhale, back up over the top, actively engage the core, bringing the strap towards the front body. Inhale up over top, reaching it behind. Exhale, bring it forward. Actively engage the core, tuck the tailbone. See if you can press down through the bottoms of the feet, and we'll just shrug this over a few times. If you'd like to see if you can find a little more space, bring the fingertips closer together. If it hurts, back off a little bit. Listen to your body. She knows what it needs, or he. We're inclusive here. Inhale, exhale. Just a few more little flosses so you can see what this looks like on the side. We're really trying to keep integrity of the spine. Tailbone remains tucked, core remains active. Maybe chin is slightly tucked. Seeing if we can move smoothly through those transitions, just flossing out the shoulder blades. Let's take one more to the back, one more to the front, and then go ahead and send your strap off to the side. Maybe we'll use it later, maybe not. We'll see. Inhale, reach the arms high. And now we're going to start to build some heat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, let's inchworm, bending into the knees, walking the hands out into a high plank. From here, we're going to protract those shoulders like we did. Exhale to press. Inhale, lift. Lower, lift, lower, lift. Then bring weight into the right hand. Tap the right shoulder with the left. See if you can keep your body nice and straight and in line without the hips moving. Lower the left hand. Bring right hand to the left shoulder. Then lower the right hand. Left hand taps. Lower, right hand taps. Two more. Left hand taps. Lower, right hand taps. Lower. Then let's exhale the hips over to the side, coming onto the sides of our feet, and reach the left arm high, side plank. Inhale, lift the hips high. Exhale here. Inhale, let's take that left foot and stack it on top of right. And then as you exhale, reach left arm underneath the rib cage, wrapping it around. Inhale, open. Exhale, wrap. Inhale, open, lift the hips high, engage the obliques. Exhale, wrap. Inhale, open, press the ground away. One more, you got it. Exhale, wrap. Inhale, open. And let's plant the left fingertip down, toes come to the mat, high plank. Inhale here. And as you exhale, let's lower halfway to chaturanga. Hold here. And let's rock back and forth, shifting the weight forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Just building some strength in our triceps. Inhale, all the way back to high plank. Exhale, open up to the opposite side. Left hand remains down, right hand reaches high. Side plank, lift the hips here. Exhale. And as you inhale, stack right foot on top of left, creating that full side body extension from crown of the head all the way to the toes. Inhale, right fingertips high. Exhale, wrap them under the rib cage. Inhale, lift. Exhale, wrap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, wrap it under. Inhale, lift. Exhale, wrap. Last time, lift it up. Exhale, wrap it under. Inhale, lift the fingertips to the sky, and then exhale, right hand comes down, coming onto the toes. Exhale, lowering halfway to your chaturanga. Hold here for 5, for 4. You got it. 3, press the heels back. Actively engage the core. 2, 1. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest, upward facing dog. Press into the tops of the feet, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, recenter the breath. One more big inhale, and as you exhale, maybe shake the head. Yes, I got this. Here I go. Then as you inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, walk the hands back all the way to the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms high overhead. As you exhale, hands come to heart center. Then we'll take a few side body stretches. So inhale, open the arms wide, and you're going to send the heart forward, arms back. Exhale, back to neutral. And inhale, reach one arm up, other hand down the leg. Inhale, lift back to center. Open up through the chest, center, and reach the other arm. We'll take a few of these. Inhale, back, open. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhale, center, open the chest. Exhale, arms, side body stretch. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, center. Last time, inhale, center, open the heart. Exhale to the opposite side. Now let's take that strength building sequence again. Exhale, folding forward. Bending into the knees, inchworm, walking it out to the front of the mat. Taking some of those protractions and retractions in our high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Lower. Lift. And then tapping the shoulder. Left hand to right shoulder. Lower. Right hand taps. Lower. Left hand taps. You got it. Lower. Right hand taps. Lower. Left hand taps. Lower. Let's do two more. Right hand. Lower. Left hand. Lower. Right hand. Lower. And then let's shift onto the outside edge of the right foot, stacking right away into our side plank. Inhale, reach the arms high. Option here, lift the left leg. Little added challenge. Exhale, wrap the left fingertips under. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Maybe bring a smile to your face. You got it. You're doing awesome. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Build that strength. Inhale, lift. Exhale, wrap it under. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, wrap it under. And let's plant that left foot down. Shift forward onto the tops of the toes. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, push it up, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push it up, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push it up, high plank. Two more. Lower, high plank. Lower, lift the backs of your legs, lift the back of your heart, high plank. And then let's exhale, open up onto the left arm. Left side plank, stack the feet. Maybe lift the right leg if it feels good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower the arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, wrap. Inhale, lift. Wrap the right arm under. Nice oblique work here. Inhale, lift. Lower. Lift the arm. And then lower it into a high plank, coming onto the toes. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Upward facing dog. Exhale, send the hips back. And take some deep breaths here in our downward dog. We're really building that heat, building that shoulder strength, tricep strength, all the things that we need to do some fun arm balancing. Inhale here. Exhale, side out. Let it all go. Inhale. And then as you exhale, let's walk the hands all the way back to the back of the mat. Meeting in a forward fold. Clasp hold of opposite elbows. Maybe give your triceps a nice little massage. Let the head hang heavy here. Just catching our breath for a moment before we start right back in. Inhale, lift. Halfway. Exhale, fold and lower. Inhale, lift all the way back up. Palms come to touch. Exhale, palms to heart center. Remember that intention. Inhale, interlace the fingers and flip the palms forward. And then let's exhale, reach the palms overhead, shrugging the shoulders up to the ears and then rolling them back and down the back body, tucking the tailbone, finding a nice extension here. Inhale, lift, up and out of the waist. And as you exhale, let's fold over and taking a nice side bend. Inhale, lift back through center. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhale, back through center. One more time to the right. Inhale, back through center. Last time over to the left. Inhale, back through center. Undo the interlace of the fingers. Send the hands down the back body. Clasp the fingers once more and inhale, lift the heart. Lift the chest. Nice little back bend. Exhale, keeping the interlace of the fingers, dive the heart forward. Forward fold. Let the fingers fall heavy behind the head, allowing the shoulders to really open. Maybe bend into one knee and then the other. Maybe both knees have a deep bend. Let the head hang heavy. Really squeeze the heels of the hands together. And then undo gently the interlace of the fingers, drop the fingertips to the floor. Keep the knees bent, walk the hands out, inchworm your way all the way to a high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lowering halfway chaturanga. And then we're going to bend into the back knees and send our energy back so we land on the forearms with the knees bent. Nice, funky little motion here. Inhale, send it forward to a chaturanga. Lengthening. Exhale, squeeze elbows and knees together, kind of like the way a camel sits down. Inhale, forward. Exhale, bend knees and elbows towards one another. 3 more. Inhale, forward, chaturanga. Exhale, bend in. Forward, chaturanga. Bend it in. You got it. Actively engage the core. Forward, chaturanga. Last time, elbows, knees, squeeze this in. And let's stay on the forearms here with the knees hovering. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten through the legs. Walk the toes out till we find a forearm plank. Nice work, yogis. Let's drop the hips over to the right side. Inhale back through center. Drop them over to the left. Inhale through center. Drop them to the right. Center. Left. Center. Right. Left. Right. Left. Take your own speed. Building some strength in the obliques here. Press into the forearms so that the shoulders are shrugging away from the spine. Nice little protraction here. Hips shifting. What are words? I can't say them. You're doing great. And then back to center. Then let's bend into the knees. Exhale, send it back, child's pose. Reach the arms long in front of you. Ooh, nice little burn. Good job, yogis. When you're ready, inhale, look forward between the thumbs. And then let's exhale, coming into a tabletop or moving straight up into a downward facing dog. We'll meet there all together. Inhale here. And as you exhale, lower the forearms to the earth, dolphin pose. From here, rocking forward, chin towards thumbs, heart forward, and then exhale, send it back. So again, we're moving through this shoulder space. Exhale, send the chin forward towards the thumbs. Inhale, send the heart back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. One more time, exhale, forward. Inhale, back. And then let's stay here in dolphin and see if you can walk the toes a little closer. Lift the hips a little higher. Actively press the hamstrings back and away from you. Shrug through the shoulders so you're pressing the ground away with the forearms. See if you can walk the toes a little closer. And then let's inhale, lift the left toes high. Exhale, left knee into left armpit. Inhale, lift it high. Exhale into armpit. Inhale, lift. Nice burn going. You've got it. Exhale, knee to armpit. Inhale, lift. And then let's exhale, drop the left toes. Press into the palms, straighten through the arms. Walk it back to the back of your mat, forward fold. Shake out the wrists. Shake out the shoulders. Shake out the head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come all the way up overhead. Palms come to touch. And exhale, hands to heart center. Doing great work, yogis. Take a little wiggle. We're going to take a few more postures and then try some fun arm balancing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then let's exhale, bend into the knees, walk the hands forward, inchworm into that high plank. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale. And as you exhale, bend into the knees, lower the forearms. You've been here before, but this time we're just going to stay. And inhale, lift the hips high, dolphin pose. Walk the toes a little closer. Walk the toes a little closer. And then let's inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, bend the right knee, bring it in towards right armpit. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, shift the weight forward. Inhale, lift, shift the weight back. Exhale, knee into armpit. Inhale, lift and shift back. Last time, exhale, shift forward, knee to armpit. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower the toes. And this time, see if we can press into both palms and press up into a downward facing dog. Walking the hands a little bit wider, opening up, finding some space. And then from here, let's inhale, lift the left toes high, or the right toes, left toes. Let's go left toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend into the knee, bring the left heel towards glute, and open up through the hip. Seeing if we can keep the shoulders squaring off to the front of the mat, so lowering through the left shoulder. Inhale, bring the left knee into the armpit, and as you exhale, step it outside of the foot, coming into a lizard pose. Then let's take some weight and shift it back and forth. Whew, we built some heat there, huh? Then let's plant the right hand maybe in the middle of the mat and inhale, lift the left arm high, opening up to a twist. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, drop onto the outside edge of the front foot and the inside of the back foot, so toes face in the same direction. Reach the left hand back, horizon pose. Inhale, straightening up through that front leg as much as feels good, reaching the left arm high into side body stretch. Exhale, lower, horizon pose. 2 more. Inhale, lift the hips, reach the arm overhead. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower back to horizon. And then let's scoop the left arm forward, come onto the back toes, point the toes forward, reach that left arm forward, and then plant that left arm down. Walk the right hand out a little bit, and let's drop the back knee. And then lower to the forearms. Here we're really going to open up through the back hip and then start to build some strength to maybe play with a flying lizard posture, getting into some of those arm balances we've been building strength for. So, some options. Option 1 might be stay here because this feels great. Option 2 might be coming back onto the palms and lifting onto the toes and lifting up into a exalted lunge, lizard pose. Option 3 might be to tuck the left shoulder underneath the left knee and reach the left arm out, playing with some balance here. Maybe you even pick up the right fingertips off the floor and you fly here, actively engaging the inner thighs, pressing the back of the leg up towards the sky, pressing the backs of the hands towards the sky. And maybe that is your balancing posture. Or maybe you bring your left hand to kind of frame out the heel. And then you bring your right hand so that it's in line with that space. And you begin to come onto the toes of the front foot. And then you maybe begin to lift the front foot off the earth, just leaving the leg balancing on the left shoulder. And maybe that's where we stay. That's enough. Or maybe you begin to bend the right elbow into the rib cage and lift off by sending the heart forward and lifting those back toes up off the earth. All just options. Take a moment to play here with whatever option feels good to you. If you've taken that flying balance, you're lifting up through the backs of the legs, lifting up through the core, lifting the heart. Then exhale, set those back toes down, and we'll meet all together in a high plank, taking your time to get there. Exhale, lower all the way or halfway. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, downward facing dog or a chaturanga. Good work, yogis. Inhale here. Exhale, walk the hands back to the back of the mat. Maybe interlace the fingertips and roll out the wrists. Let the head hang heavy. You're doing great. It's always fun to challenge ourselves and try things that maybe aren't part of our normal life and just see, how do I respond? What do I do in face of a challenge or in face of something that isn't part of my routine? And how might this practice here on our mat help us to learn about ourselves beyond this space? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Palms come to touch. Tuck the tailbone. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. And then let's interlace fingertips behind the back one more time. But this time, put the awkward hand on top. You'll know it's awkward because it feels funny. Inhale, lift the heart. Send the fingertips down. Send the hips forward. And start to really get into this back bend. Actively engage the glutes. And then exhale, bending into the knees, folding forward, hinging from the hips. And then sending the palms together, sending the knuckles forward so that fingertips feel as if they're reaching towards the floor here. Knees can remain as bent as feels good. Taking some deep breaths. Let's inhale here. Undo the lace of the fingers and bend into the knees, inchworming forward into that high plank. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend into the knees, bend into the elbows, closing them off towards one another. And then exhaling, straightening the legs out and finding that forearm plank. Inhale here. And let's find some rocks forward and backward, tucking the tailbone slightly, pressing the ground away from the elbows to the shoulder girdles, and then rocking forward onto the toes, back onto the balls of the feet. Forward, back, forward, back, like a little sawing motion. Really getting into all of the parts of our abdomen. Those are essential muscles for any arm balancing posture. Rocking forward and back. And then finding a moment of stillness before walking the toes in and sending them high, dolphin pose. Inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, look forward, press into the palms, straighten through the elbows, downward facing dog. Widen the hands out a bit. And then inhale, let's lift the right toes high. Exhale, bend into the right knee, drop the heel towards the glute, open the hip up towards the sky. Keep the shoulders squared to the front of the mat. Exhale, bring the knee forward and step the hand to the outside of the mat, coming into a lizard pose. Wiggle the toes back, maybe take a rock back and forth here, getting nice and into the hips. And we're gonna stay here, just opening up through this posture before we take flight. Again, we're practicing patience with ourselves and our bodies. Go ahead and lower that left knee to the floor, untuck the toes, and maybe drop the forearms to the floor. Getting deeply into that stretch. Shining the heart forward. Maybe make a little stack with your fists and let the head rest. Just taking some time to open up through the hamstrings and the front of the hip before we take flight. And then when you're ready, again, everything from here is an option. So maybe you stay here, or maybe you come back onto the palms of the hands, straightening through the arms. Maybe we lift on the back leg by rooting down through the toes and sending the hamstring high. And then shrug the right shoulder underneath the right knee, sending the arm long. So finding that lift here. When we lift the arms, we find the lift in our core that we're trying to find when we lift our legs as well. So finding that strength, and maybe this is where we begin to build and you stay here. Or maybe you shrug that shoulder closer into that knee, planting the hand, framing out the heel, and beginning to lift the right toes up off the earth. Then shifting the weight into the right hand and lifting the right foot off the floor, sending it into the first stage of our flying posture. And maybe from here, you send the weight even more forward, bending the left elbow in towards the rib cage and lifting the back foot off the earth. Wherever you are, take some time, play with the posture, see what feels good. Again, we're just playing here. When you're finding that flying posture, you want to send the weight forward before you lift the toes up and off the earth. Set the toes down when feels good. Send it back, we'll meet in a high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, let's send the hips back. Meeting briefly in a child's pose. With your next inhale, let's keep the sit of the hips back, but then come up onto the forearms and have the palms facing up. We've done a lot of work here, so we're just going to give ourselves a little massage to kind of release any of that tension that might be in the forearms. So taking the right forearm, and on the left, just massaging down that forearm space, feeling the release of the tendons, massaging all the way down into the wrist, and just releasing any tension that has built up throughout our practice. Maybe you take your fist and you massage the other palm. Just working out any potential lactic acid that's built up over our practice. And let's switch forearms, taking the left forearm and massaging the right. Giving ourselves some nice TLC here at the end of our practice. Maybe massaging the palm of the hand with the opposite fist. Releasing there. And then if you have a couple of blocks, maybe you want to get them now, or maybe not. We're going to take puppy pose. So if you don't have any blocks or you feel like the blocks might be too intense, then what we'll do is have the knees underneath the hips and walk the hands forward. Let the heart melt towards the floor. This is our option one. It is a beautiful, wonderful option. One of my favorite poses, just to release the shoulders, release any tension there. Actively engage the core and lift that tailbone towards the sky. If you have a couple of blocks and you'd like to maybe deepen this posture a little because your shoulders are nice and warm right now, then go ahead and set the blocks in front of your arms where your forearms would be, resting the elbows and the forearms on those blocks, and then letting the heart melt through that space. Again, all just options. Take what feels good. Use what feels good to you. Maybe if you're on those blocks, your hands come together in a prayer. We bend into the elbows, inviting the fingertips towards the shoulder blades and really letting the head hang heavy. And wherever you are, just breathing. Feeling the release in the triceps, the shoulders, all those spaces where we've really been creating heat. And then wherever you are, gently and slowly coming out of the posture. If you've got your blocks, setting them aside. And then bringing the knees forward, crossing over the ankles, and coming to lay on the back. I'm going to really take some time to let this practice sink in. So I invite you, as we move into our Savasana, to stay, to be here, to allow your body the time to process all these movements. So bringing your feet as wide as the mat, letting the palms face up, letting the eyes close and the face soften, and just letting the breath be soft and gentle. And in these final moments, reflecting on the power that you have within your body, on the grace that you can give yourself as you move through the world on and off your mat. And really taking this time to let the body synthesize all that motion that you just put in. And if you're ready to come back to this space, gently inhaling, letting the breath be the first thing to awaken, and then wiggling through the fingers and the toes. Maybe reaching the arms up overhead, taking a big full body stretch before rolling onto one side, gently cradling the head and the arms. And then pressing yourself back up to a seated position, rooting down through the tailbone, reaching up through the crown of the head, feeling the length of the spine, the strength in the shoulders, and bringing the hands once more to heart center. Thank you for flowing with me today, yogis. It has been a pleasure, and I can't wait to see you next time. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. And again, if you like what I'm doing, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and drop me a comment about what you'd like to see in the future. It is a pleasure to be here with you, and I hope that you have a beautiful day, night, week, month, year, whatever it is that comes to you next. Thanks, yogis.